In this video, we're talking about recovering from bad client experiences and the messaging shifts that you need to make so that you make sure you're attracting the right clients. You see, I got my vacation here, and sometimes you're taking vacations because you're trying to get away from clients you don't like, but I actually love every single one of my clients right now. I love them, and I want that for you, sis. So let's talk about how to make sure that you are, being in a space where you're able to call in the clients that you actually love, you desire to work with, and you deserve to be working with. So for women like us, when we get to a point where we are having client experiences that aren't the best, we start to question, right? We're questioning everything, our messaging, our business, our prices, if we can even do this, if we should be doing this, right? We know that we have this gift and this, expertise and this genius that we are supposed to be sharing with others. And now we're questioning it. No, that can't happen, boo. So I see you. I have been there. I have clients who've been there. We literally were just talking about this a couple weeks ago inside of Money in the Message on one of our calls. Bad client experiences do not have to define you. They don't have to define your expertise, your business, your ability for higher level of what you want. Okay. None of these things mean anything about you. They're just a misaligned experience, right? But what you do have to do is take a moment to assess and refine and move forward stronger, because the right messaging will attract the right clients who are aligned, right? Who are ready to invest, who are a joy to work with, who you're like, oh, I got to go on vacation. I'm gonna miss y'all. Okay, bye boo. All right. And I want to help you do that. But before we dive in, let me just remind you, I have created an amazing gift for you. If you are focused on high quality clients, more ready to invest clients who see your value before they even hop on the call with you, in your DMs, in your events, etc., I want you to go ahead and grab my free Connect and Convert High Quality Clients Masterclass, baby. I'm giving gems. I'm taking you through 3 of my high impact messaging, positioning, communication strategies, and I want you to go ahead and download it somewhere around this video right now. So, bad client experiences. We have to refine the messaging so that we can attract the people who really should be in our spaces. If you already attract clients and you sell your services, but you want to do so quicker, if you're wanting to have higher quality clients, the masterclass is going to help you with that, right? You're already converting clients. You're already showing up and being visible and generating revenue. But now let's 2x that, okay? Your client quality is your self-care. At this stage in the game, you deserve to be calling in more of the right for you clients, the clients who need less convincing, the clients who need less proving, less follow-ups, okay? And stop wasting your time with people who are never going to pay you. In the masterclass, I'm taking you behind the scenes. Like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my favorite sales messaging strategies. These are concepts that you need to infuse into your messaging so you call in high quality, high paying, pre-sold clients, okay? So they come in ready, they see your value, they take action now, not later. So let's go ahead and dive in. Number 1, I need you to detach from the experience. This is so important because too many women entrepreneurs, they make a bad experience mean so much about themselves, right? You are not your worst client experience. Your value doesn't change. Your expertise is still solid. You are still qualified. It doesn't disqualify you from doing this work that you're meant to do. But what it does mean is that we do have to do some refining, right? We need to step into a space where we're able to understand why this happened. So instead of focusing on what went wrong, we need to just understand, well, what happened in the marketing messaging? Were there boundaries that weren't clear, or were there boundaries that were never even created? You see, what I see happen for a lot of my women who come in ready to scale is that you think for your next level, you have to settle for certain clients. You have to settle for certain pricing. You have to settle for certain boundaries. No, boo-boo. You are in control. You have control. You get to choose who you get to work with. You get to choose who gets into your space. You get to create a space for the clients who you actually want. Just like in dating, just like in friendships, you get to do the same thing with clients. So now that we've gotten through that conversation, let's talk about the second thing. Now you need to understand what actually went wrong. Not blaming you, what happened in the situation. So this is the next step to move forward. This is where we really assess what actually went wrong. Was there just one bad client, right? Or is this a pattern that you've noticed? Maybe they didn't respect your boundaries. Maybe they pushed past certain limits, right? Maybe you need to put those in place a little bit more. Maybe they were not fully bought into your process, your signature method, to get the result, right? Or maybe, just being honest with ourselves, maybe your messaging didn't really pre-qualify them enough before you let them in. And it's like, oh, they kind of fell through the cracks. So here's the thing. Bad clients don't just happen. They are a sign of misalignment somewhere. So that's going to be in your messaging. That's going to be in your sales process. That's going to be in your boundaries. But the good news is it's fixable, right? And it doesn't mean that you were bad at doing something. We just got to refine it, which takes us to the next point, refining your messaging to attract the right clients. Now, let's talk about adjusting your messaging so that this doesn't happen again. Okay. If you are attracting the wrong clients, there is a disconnect somewhere in your marketing and your messaging. Okay. So here's how we fix it. First and foremost, you want to get crystal clear on who is and who is not your client. It's not just about who is your client, and that's what everybody talks about. We should also be talking about who isn't your client. What makes someone not the ideal client for me? That's why in the Money in the Message program, we talk about anti-client characteristics and get clarity, right? Clients who expect VIP treatment, but they want the dollar, menu price, right? Clients who want to pick your brain but don't respect your prices. Those people are not your clients. Clients who are guessing, second guessing, who are hesitating, who are in resentment, who are resisting, right? They don't respect your expertise. They don't respect your value. Your ideal clients, they do. They're ready to invest in results. They want support, and they want support now. And inside of the masterclass, I talk about an assessment you can do for that. You also want to make sure you are repelling misaligned clients, right? A lot of people have a fear of turning people away in their marketing. That's a good thing. It's going to save you time. You rather waste time now or in the back end? Which one? So it's time for you to speak bolder. It's time for you to attract people you really want to be working with, and be okay and be unapologetic about repelling the people who are not. This is why pre-qualifying people is so important. So people can easily say, nope, this isn't me, move on, instead of them coming to your calls and your events and all that, and then they say it. This is why pre-qualifying, again, is important. That's what I talk about inside the masterclass. Your content should be answering certain questions, objections, even before the call. They should understand parts of your process. Your messaging should be filtering people for you. So before they DM you or come into your sales process, they know I'm a right fit for this, or I feel like I'm close to this, or you know what, I have a question or two, right? But there's not this big hesitation. Right? Not people who are just curious. I just wanted some information. No, we want action takers, right? You have the power to shift your messaging. You have the power to shift your offers. You have the power to shift these boundaries. I feel like when I was in business school and just, from the time I worked in customer service, I feel like we have this energy of like, the client is always right. This is your business. Okay, you get to decide in this next level who you work with and who you get to have space with and who gets to be in your space. You get to have that level of control. All right. You get to control what you want to charge. You get to control how you show up. You get to control who you speak to. Those are things you get to control. I might not get to control everything else. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video. I don't know how many people are signing up right now in this moment for my masterclass. I don't know how many people are going to come to my next sales event. I don't know how many people are going to do whatever, the thing is. But what I can control is me. So who am I talking to? What's the energy I'm showing up in, right? Who am I declaring this message for? Who am I unapologetically creating for? You get to control those things. How am I showing up? What am I saying? Who am I speaking to? And everything else gets to work in alignment with that. But if you are showing up, that's why we talked about energy first. If you're bringing this energy and this emotion behind it, and you're like trying to people please your way through, you're not going to do it, boo. Powerhouses don't people please their way through to their next level profit. Go ahead and write that down. Go ahead and share this video with your mastermind sister or biz bestie who needs to hear it. Okay. So I hope this video empowers you to know bad client experiences, they're not your fault. Stop making them mean something about you. If there is a level of self-awareness that you need on something, maybe, I saw that red flag. You just get to make a note of it. That's what powerhouses and bosses do. But I also want to say this is something that we've talked about in depth in the Money in the Message calls, inner circle calls in my inner circle community when I'm coaching. And I want to give you all this a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, client who came in, who is not a fit for me. But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known. If it wasn't for this thing that happened, I wouldn't have saw we did this. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have saw that. Like, this is where you're shifting your perspective and you're understanding that this client has come to you to present information. The more anti-clients that I've worked with, the more I study them, right? The bigger the space for aligned clients becomes. All right. So we give thanks to them. We're grateful for them, but we also know, and I do not desire any more of you. And you want to make sure you have exercises like the one we do with clients where we do our anti-client characteristics and messaging exercise. We also do a clone a client where you actually work with the opposite of who you do want to call in, but everybody only talks about who you do want to call in. But you can actually, there's an art and a science to using your anti-client messaging to actually repel who you exactly want to repel and call in who you want to. So I hope this supports you. Make sure that right now you grab access to the Connect and the Convert High Quality Clients Masterclass. In that masterclass, I'm going to explain even more of what you need to do, the strategies you can put in place, right, to support you in what I'm talking about here. Because your next level can't include misaligned clients. It can't. You know why? Misaligned clients, what did it say? One bad apple spoils the bunch. You start having misaligned clients in your group programs, it's going to hurt your ideal client's experience. I literally was just doing a podcast interview before this. And we were talking about the fact that like the energy you feel when you do stuff for aligned clients, the energy I feel after a podcast episode where I'm talking to my aligned clients, the energy I feel when I'm checking in with my VIP clients in Voxer, when I'm having intensives, when we're inner circle calls, the energy that I feel about creating certain videos or content or curriculum or exercises or whatever, like I want to give extra. I want the overflow is there. I want to do it. I have the excess, right? The abundance there. When you're not working with aligned clients, you're like, what is the bare minimum I have to do? Okay, goodbye. Right? You're not in that space of overflow and expansiveness, right? So we want you to be there because my love, that's where the next level money is. So make sure you grab the Connect and Convert Masterclass, get access to it. And until next time, love, shine, and success, make sure you send this video to a biz bestie, a mastermind sister, or an accountability buddy who you know needs to hear it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, everybody.